icon, Mariah Carey. Country superstar Keith Urban. How you doing, Ryan? Good to see you. Come on in. Thank you. Quadruple platinum singer, songwriter, and rapper, Nicki Minaj. This is going to be fun. And the legendary judge and Grammy-winning producer, our dog, Randy Jackson. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, man? What's up, man? What's going on? So this is the team. This is the team this year on American Idol. I'm already seeing people in tears up here in the front row. So if you're watching online and you'd like to participate, please go to Twitter and use #Idol to submit your questions. All right. So let's get started. Let me ask the judges first. And I'll start. Hi, baby.
Hi,
I'll start with Miss Diamonds here.
That would be me.
You're Miss Diamonds.
Can you let them know I have a bit of bronchitis?
Let me inform you. I believe Mariah has a bit of a cold.
Tad under the weather.
Right?
Thank you, darling.
But you wouldn't know. You can't tell that you have a cold.
Can't tell.
Well, maybe a little bit when you speak, but not.
A little bit when I speak. Only when you speak. Yeah, they wanted me to use cue cards, and that would have worked.
Well, listen. If at any point you want me to write down your answers for you, I'll get the Sharpie and jot it down.
Thank you, darling. Yes. Thank you.
So let me start with you, Mariah.
Okay.
Why did and listen to her answer. Why did you sign up to be with this crew here on American Idol?
Exclusively because of you.
Thank you. Like short white guys? Thank you.
Oh, listen, honestly, it's hard for me to talk like I said, so I'll just wait. Thank you. It's American Idol. This is the biggest show that started, I mean, it changed trends in music. It's created massive superstars, and I think people that are going to have timeless careers. And also, I had just had 2 babies, rock and roll. And I thought it'd be a good thing for me to have something that was like a little more stable than just constantly working and whatnot, and working with this group of people.
Nicki, how about for you? So,
what was the question?
this opportunity, I have to yell, I know it's hard to hear. This opportunity is something that came your way, and what was the thought process like for you? What was the determining factor?
I knew it was going to reach the masses, and I keep, like I keep saying, it was something that wasn't expected of me to do. So I always kind of like to do the thing that everybody's going to sort of wouldn't believe I would do, wouldn't expect me to do. And the producers were really, really sweet. And, I asked a lot of people that I really cared about, if they thought I should do it. And the last person I asked was Lil Wayne, and he said, absolutely do it. And that was like my last thing where I found peace with it. And then I did it. I signed on the dotted line.
And we're off. So, Mr. Urban, you've got a lot on your plate. Grammy winner, so much going on, traveling the globe. What made you decide to sign up to be with us?
Well, I mean, I've watched Idol for a lot of years, and I love, look, I guess at the end of the day, I love singers, I love musicians, I love creative people, and I love what this show can do for people that otherwise are trying to find a way in. You guys out there know, who sing or play, you're just looking for a break, you're just figuring out how can I get someone to listen to what I do. And this show does it on steroids.
Randy, why did you come back to hang with us?
Yo,
there is no Ida without
like
Randy.
these people over here. These people are hot. Yo, listen, I love this show. It's the best of its kind. This is the Picasso, Ryan. There may be some trying to copy, duplicate, but you can't copy the original. This is the true OG.
So we started our first day together. We actually had dinner together where we all had a chance to finally, I think, be together for the first time in New York City the night before we started shooting auditions in New York. And then the next morning, everybody showed up, ready to go. What's changed, do you think, Nicki, in terms of the way that you judged day one and the way that you finished judging at the end of the tour across the country?
I actually didn't change my judging. The first day I came in, I was very, very honest, and that didn't change. The only thing is that in Hollywood Week, obviously we had gotten a different bond with the contestants because we've, been seeing them, and they're almost like family now. So it was a little harder to say no. I would say that was the only thing because, their families were there, and it was emotional. That was the only difference.
Mariah, how did day one compare to the Hollywood Week for you?
For me, it was a complete journey for me. I think you saw that. Everybody that was working with me saw that. I've always been my own boss, and that sounds weird, but I really mean it. So I had to get used to adapting to working within a specific, a different way, and also. The real reason, aside from I had my babies and I did this and I did that and I thought it would be a great opportunity, this is really about the contestants. And the truth is you do become attached to certain contestants who have just a massive amount of talent. And, at that point for me, it was really a hard decision. It went way beyond just who's going to be the biggest star, or who's going to be this, or who's going to be that. It was I'm really truly attached to this contestant, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about letting them go. So I think my, quote, style of judging, if anything, it changed. It just became more honest and true, not in the way of I was ever being disingenuous with somebody, but in the way wow, how do I let go of this person that I really feel attached to?
Keith, we were standing backstage a few minutes ago watching a clip of the show.
Yes.
And you looked up and you said, this is what the show, that right there, is what this show is all about.
Yeah.
Tell me what you meant by that.
Well, Lazaro was singing, and...
She's a contestant from Chicago.
Yeah, and and you're sitting there, and no matter where you are, the sort of TV screen finds you, and you just stop, and this guy is singing, and you're like, good Lord, what's going on? What's that voice doing to me? And I said, at the end of the day, that moment right there is what this whole show is all about, and always has been. And all the rest is just some crazy big circus. But that person, it's a good circus, but that person, it's a fun circus. But that moment
everyone grin
is
largely
awesome.
when we say circus this year. So we're going to bounce around the country. I think we have a theater in New York standing by. Let's take a question from New York. You guys can see it down here on your screens.
Hi, this one's for Nicki. I was wondering if anyone on the show so far, the contestants that have reminded you of yourself.
What was the question?
The question was, out of all of the contestants that we have now, was there any contestant that reminded me of myself?
Yes, that's right.
Was there?
You know what?
We're going to go for
Yes, exactly. Can I say her name?
I'm fine with
Well, there's one contestant that, remember I told you guys that I named this girl Big Crazy Barb? Her. You guys are gonna love her. And she's crazy like us, Barbs. And when you see her, you're gonna fall in love with her.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't even do her justice. She's right.
Saying
right?
crazy doesn't mean she just is her own show.
Yeah,
She just needs to be coiffed a little bit.
No, leave her alone. She's fine.
Do I relate to you? Do you, what you say, is that really who you are when you go home? It's so many things. So it's kind of like the process of elimination. We all four vote on everyone, and when it's all said and done, America is going to vote. So America is going to decide who they want, whether they want a big singer or an entertainer. It's not going to be us. It's going to be you guys.
Jackson?
For me, it goes back to the beginning of what are you looking for? I want it all. I want an entertainer. I think the stage is set now to have an entertainer that has an incredible voice. Why can't we have it all? And the people in my life that inspired me, that inspired you guys, really kind of have it all. So I think, I think there's a couple people now that actually closer enough have it all. I actually think that Beyonce actually has it all. I think and I know that you can have it all, and that's what I want.
Thank you.
Another question for you guys. After we traveled around the country and brought back hundreds to Hollywood, we did Hollywood Week, we wrapped Hollywood Week, each of you got into your cars, and what was the first thing you said to whomever you spoke to on the phone about what we brought back this season, about what this audience is going to see with the talent caliber, the talent level, and what you're most proud of? Mariah?
Do you think I got into that detailed conversation about it? I was like, I'm going to sleep.
I'm ordering a foot massage on my way home. That was the first call.
No, honestly, sometimes I would discuss the different people if they were that, inspiring to me. And sometimes I would just kind of process things by myself.
In general, did you feel like we got what we needed?
I felt like the whole journey was, it was very interesting. And, look, it is a question of, who is that big voice, or who is that voice that moves you in a certain way. It's difficult to compare legends of, that may not be with us anymore, or, some that still are, whatever, to a brand new artist, because, they may have an inkling of that person, but they're never going to be that person. They could be totally inspired by Bob Marley, but it's going to be a rare day in wherever that you're going to find the next Bob Marley. So for me, it was like, wow, who is unique? Who is different? Who is extremely talented vocally? And that's what I would mull over and think about.
Keith?
What's the question?
Did you feel like we brought back what you were looking for after traveling the country?
I think at the end of the day, every single one of us watched somebody we loved not get to go through.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating. But I also know that there's people who I love that I'm like thrilled that they're gonna go through. And I saw them in Hollywood. It's very cool.
I just want to say, because we've got to wrap up, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the show throughout the years. We honestly, and I know that
I love it.
I know that Randy feels this way because we started together. We're so proud of what this show does, and the artists that come on this show, and the success that they have from this show. And it means a lot that you guys watch with your families, with your kids, and talk about our show. So thank you very much for being a part of this franchise. American Idol Season 12 kicks off next week, Wednesday, January 16th at 8/7 Central on Fox. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Thanks for being here.